It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll get a look at the Penguin, Jalen Waddle. And big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Chargers and the Ravens. All that and more. Coming up next.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And we both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Now Cade York for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And different running backs, same result as they stop him behind the line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Back to throw. Gilmore. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Weston throwing the out route incomplete. It's Collins. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris.
And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the charge. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, you know, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
They juked him. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Another run here with Dobbins. They'll get this down to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Back to throw. Gilmore. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
His throw caught right around the 6. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Touchdown, Baltimore. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. And plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Weston. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gilmore. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Sione Takitaki from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football?
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, Gilmore. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Off the play fake, Weston. And that is incomplete. Cade York on now for the field goal from the left hash. This from 46. York able to send this one through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
When you're trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. 71 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Gilmore. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll run the option left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the 1st down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
The Chargers add 8 and 3 now. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Weston. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Throwing to start the drive. Gilmore. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. To throw on 2nd down. Gilmore.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
But certainly hit the point of no return in this one because that was absolutely the last time they could afford a sack. You got to sustain your blocks and keep your quarterback clean for as long as it takes in this situation. They failed up front this time to do so.
Get him going, baby. That's awesome.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
Let's go, baby.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember.
And he coughed it up and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off play action. Weston. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Now with 5 seconds left. Not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. York able to send this one through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles. Forcing the miscue with a fumble. And then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a were in the locker room.
Well, if there were 3 talking points of the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
I'll call that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down. Weston got a man. It's Waddle complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now a first down carry for Harris, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
By the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball, then limit that gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weston, that's Samuel, caught left side. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk-reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Offside, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Brandon Staley telling his troops to stay out there and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
They'll start with the option. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 103 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the... He's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. L.A. readies for its next possession. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Weston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Harris running straight ahead. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. They'll go option on second down, right side. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On third down, here's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
But sometimes, Brando, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run, and of course, get to the quarterback.
That's going to bring up fourth down. Only a gain of 2 there. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. To throw on second down, Weston, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That when he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Operating from the gun, Weston. Open net is Waddle, complete. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
Holding, offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
for the middle. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Off the play fake. Weston, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
So the Ravens now down by 10, 47 seconds remaining. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Throwing on first down, Gilmore. Dobbins with it. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
But what a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Chargers, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.
She got me.